One, you'd say Heroic are the favourite every day of the week, but Heroic seem to be underperforming right now, or are MOUZ overperforming? We shall see, as it's going to be a quick pistol.
Yeah, fast out into the top side, trying to run it down. Jimpphat and Torshi, couple of kills between the two of them. It's a nice A-hold here. Torshi dies, pushing with the dualies, his favourite thing to do. But Yabi, 1v4, ace required if he wants to get there. And all he's got is a pair of dual Berettas.
Are you still just Harry, or are you Harry?
It's literally like, yeah, it can just be Harry.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But they're still putting just
yeah,
Harry
that's
together.
fine. You know, it's good for the Brandon.
Brandon? Who's Brandon?
What brand?
It's good for Brandon.
Yeah.
Come on, Yabi, save this. Save this for us.
Do
Save
something.
Me. Get just get one. Well, I'm a little bit of teasing. A little bit of teasing.
Jimpphat is there.
Nails him. And so Yabi can't win 1v5. There we go. We answered the question.
Beautiful. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that one. Well, round two. What will Heroic do? No bomb plant going down. No extra cash in the back pocket, which is never a safe place to put it, especially when you're on vacation. You know, you could get a penny pinched or two.
All right, so they just bought some nades to try to get the bomb down, try to get something going, but they really want to buy in the next round. You can force on Nuke with just pistols, even without the plant, but you really like the extra utility for a smoke wall or something along those lines, where we can see already Frozen in a good position on yard.
Stown's just try walk and throw him. Gonna try and thread the needle on this timing through main. Oh, well, good news for MOUZ. There were lots of people looking at Stown come through that smoke. And so the rest of this should just get cleaned up quite nicely. Oh, which, you know, kind of has. Shui's dead, but cadiaN, hello. Never mind. He's screwed. They came out double, they came out decon, and they denied that plant down at lower. So MOUZ find a second, and they stop Heroic from making any unnecessary extra money there.
Yeah, you thought cadiaN had a chance once Jimpphat left ramp, but wasn't to be the case this time around. And now they get the smokes, the AKs, the Galil on sjuush, because someone has to buy some more nades. So we'll see. Heroic has had bad starts to both halves on Mirage. They would really benefit from winning this round, make their lives a little bit easier. They've been struggling to find openings, really get anything going, except for a couple of rounds on that first map.
And I kind of hope they can warm into it a little sooner, right? Not go 7-2 down like they did back on Mirage before we really started to see Heroic find anything there down the stretch.
It'd be real weird seeing Heroic in the last chance bracket rather this early on, if that was a factor.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it would sit right with the idea that, you know, Heroic have felt like they're in a bit of a decline as of late, but I still think this is, you know, falling down
a new map.
Yeah, right. But, you know, I mean, I just mean falling that far. Ooh, like, you know, that's spooky. At that point, it feels undeniable.
That's your spooky sound.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a ghost, kind of like you're scared. Rolled into one. Ghosts are scared. We're scared of ghosts.
We could have
Who's
like a Harry
real
spooky alert. And just, ooh.
It got me quivering, I'll tell you that much.
Quivering. Well, here's the util out into this top site. Tessez looking like he wants to lead the charge with the bomb. He's got a couple of teammates in behind him. And so out they go with the flashes lobbed over from T-Roof. Opener found for Tessez, who goes on a bit of a tear here. Not just the guy bringing the bomb in, but the one opening up the site as well. And so it's 5v3 with the bomb planted. It's a done deal. Heroic are on the board within the first 3 rounds.
It's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, MOUZ gave up a little bit too much control, didn't have information. So when you see two players on the A bomb side play back sides and then rafters, you don't have anyone top hot, you don't have any crossfires, no one close to door to really be able to disrupt some of these endings on the upper bomb side. Then it comes down to duels, and they couldn't win the initial fights. So yeah, a very important early round for Heroic. It's not just a problem that you're playing from behind in terms of result. It's a problem that your opponents have a full buy, an optimal buy. That means op, M4s, all nades, kits, right? And money in the bank. That means in freeze time, they're going to call whatever they feel like. You know, if a player has a good spawn, he's going to do something aggressive. And it's more difficult to play against teams that are playing so proactive, that are playing with a lot of confidence, rather than when you have the upper hand and you won a couple of rounds in a row and now they're scared of sort of making a mistake and giving up their life too easily. It's all about momentum.
Well, Heroic wants some of that momentum that everyone's been talking about.
Doing a bit of cardio there. Big dash at outers for Down to make his way into Secret. But can he find any more map control from here? You can see that Torsi already gone for that early rotation, playing the offline. Will have an advanced angle, but Heroic thinking about going the other direction. cadiaN making his way up top to get that util ready for an upper bust. But that's where the defense is for MOUZ right now.
Feels like because of the position of Stone, it might be just an A fake, go down ramp and then link up with him. But he could also go back up, so we'll see what Heroic decides to do here.
Doesn't look like he's crept over to the top of Secret. But they lose Tess's, their first attempt to get out. And now things get a little awkward here for Heroic. sjuush mopping up the door players. sjuush gets out with 1 kill, but he's getting backstabbed. Torshi's not even needed. It's closed at the end by Frozen. And so, yeah, that one gets a little bit weird for Heroic. They had options open, as you kind of pointed out, with the lurk down over towards Secret. Felt like they got pretty committed, though, here at around about the 50-second mark. And then they start to get pushed through hard, and actually, you know, the fights kind of get brought to them.
I think it just feels a little bit strange because they got Stone into Secret, but he didn't really apply any pressure because he didn't go more forward. And then they just decided to go A. You know, if you want to go A, then let him put some pressure first. Maybe you cause some movement. And they also didn't really clear hot. That was what Tessis was trying to do. So it just didn't seem like a great call considering the situation. I don't know if maybe someone didn't have the necessary nades for a different call, you know, or someone forgot how to do something, but it did seem a little bit discombobulated from Heroic.
Yeah, real brute force-esque. But we'll see if they're going to force into the next one. Looks like we will see that. It's down, full util. Don't know if there's a gun on the ground for him. Looks like he'll try and recycle something else. He's just the util man. 3 rifles, 1 Tech 9, and maybe a faster approach. At least over towards Hut here. Looks like they're waiting for the flashes across the top, and it will be a faster one, but they're not going to be able to make their way out either of the doors. There's smokes in the way, and MOUZ, they're here to play. Frozen locking it down, at least for 1.
Yabi got blind, tried to go back, then blocked his teammates trying to get outdoor. That's just...
MOUZ is still aggroing as well on top of this. They've even taken a line through the heart on Xerxen. At this point, they're going to have sight lines open to them that make it feel like this A play is no longer coming. And so kind of ahead of time, this ramp player was ready for the push. And now Xerxen's confirming that. This is very well done from MOUZ, right? It's not, you know, they get this 1 kill, but they've got so much more out of it. They've built up a very clear picture of where Heroic are on the map. And so all the info's kind of in their back pocket right now. In addition to this 5v4, Jimpphat already down towards lower.
As well as Frozen. And it's all going to be a swing off the contact, but Jimpphat in a good position. Tessis manages to find that first line, but Frozen close enough to trade. How's the isolated fights? They're damn good for a second. And has Frozen done enough to win this round? A 2-man advantage not going to be found there. It is down with a Tech 9, stopping these rotations in, and MOUZ, all 3 members going the same direction.
Yeah, sjuush's made a bit of noise dropping in. That's fine. Torshi still has moved in silently here. So as far as Heroic are concerned, there shouldn't be a second man at ramp. But dispatched off by sjuush, who's gifted that AK thanks to Xertion's rotate into the ramp room. Yeah, a couple of awkward moments there for MOUZ. It felt like they had a lot of info going. There was the kind of weird mistiming for Jimpphat as they pushed out through ramp, and he's kind of searching left and right. That allowed him to get wrapped. But you thought Frozen had done enough here with that double kill, keeping it in the advantage of MOUZ. Just kind of a lazy check for Xertion over towards ramp. He's trying to beat them on the speed of that rotate, and sjuush hangs around because he hears him.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit unnecessary in a 3v2. And also, I don't know why Frozen and Jimpphat why isn't Frozen holding Jimpphat's back in that situation? You don't need to really bait him. You're in a 5v4. You have good information. So that's I think a huge mistake from MOUZ in that round. They were in a 5v4. They had all the advantages necessary, and now that round loss forces them on an eco and gives Heroic a lifeline. That's the difference between being up 4-1 and Heroic being on a half buy and the score being 3-3. Massive.
Yeah, it's huge for kind of the early direction of this game.
But I was surprised, you know, I think Jimpphat played pretty well on Mirage Frozen 2. And that's just so surprising to me because it's so warm on the map. It's in the desert. I think they will thrive on more on a map like Nuke. You know, it's cold. It's a nuclear
inside.
reactor. It needs to be cooled down. You don't want another Chernobyl. So that's what I would expect them to step up.
Yeah, and they kind of fell down there. Jimpphat just wants to hold on to his AK. That's a pretty sick thing to get out of the round at least. But, well, Heroic led him. Beautiful thing about saving on Nuke is kind of everywhere's safe. Really, the bomb does no damage here, which pretty sick for Jimpphat. Torshi's just allowed to hold on to the ladder drops. So, you know, Heroic can't really look to hunt here. They'll take that. That's fine. They're just going to look to maintain their own money here in the first place. Yabi's the one guy given a little bit more freedom on the MAC-10. So a tie game now at 3-3. What could have been a real shit-hot start for MOUZ has turned into an equalized game.
And also what we talked about in regards to playing against an opponent that's playing from ahead and playing with confidence, or having a more even playing field. Like, that's the difference now because of that one round. It's 3-3. Heroic is getting a little bit of confidence, right? MOUZ doesn't have that much money in the bank, really. It's probably going to affect some of their play. So a completely different scenario to what we've seen on Mirage at the very least.
Well, quite an important round coming through from MOUZ now. Full bar coming through, some util lacking, but the firepower extremely important to try and stop Heroic from a 3-round streak here. Oh, sjuush going to be going down as he pushes through that smoke, disrespecting that utility again. Let's see if MOUZ can convert off the back of the opening. But Heroic speeding things up there. The MAC-10, plenty of bullets in the clip, but not enough to shoot their way to victory. And sjuush goes down as well. That is going to be MOUZ knocking straight back on that next buy.
Yeah, I was doing sjuush.
Yeah,
There he is.
He was doing sjuush.
Yeah, I don't know how Xertion got 2 kills there. It felt like they had him dead to rights. You know, that they just had really good timing to push out. They caught him by surprise. In the end, he gets 2 kills.
You could almost see the confusion on Heroic as well. Like, once they get all the way into the site, and they've not even fought anybody yet, right? They've not even had kind of a straight-up gunfight, and that was when they went looking for Xertion at the door. Yeah, he does a great job getting out with the double. He's looking to add another one to his plate, and so he will. It's that simple for Xertion right now. Kind of dominating Heroic in the doors. And a 3v5 already faces the Danes in this round, as though they weren't struggling enough here with the kind of low buy. Xertion doesn't feel like he's done here yet either.
Heroic happy to play that mid-round game. And cadiaN really wanting to send the Tech-9s straight out to sight. Tesis Lobbing the door util. And are we going to see that bomb make it down to the lower side of the map? It'd be nice. There's no defense there for MOUZ right now, but it's just down to make it out of the door, shoots back through the smoke, and we'll be able to find the head of Zershin. And in the meanwhile, cadiaN as well, opening up outers with another pick, equalizing the 3-on-3, and 30 seconds still to hit either of these sites.
She lies in wait on this angle, but Heroic have got a lot of options here. Don't have a lot of time to realize them though, and so it looks like they're going to try and go out ramp. Yeah, Jimpphat does not expect that. He was getting ready to move. That's going to be a frustrating death. He kind of just started jump spotting the angle, giving it a little jump up, maybe even wanted to push the lobby. sjuush could still win this right now with that kill on the bomb. He's done enough to steal this round away. Once more, Heroic try and play it into the very end. Bloody hell. That shot from tessaZ, like then the screen was crazy. And so he at least doesn't die off the time. MOUZ were definitely trying to punish him there and do exactly that.
I mean, this game has been pretty messy so far, right? And MOUZ had a pretty much clean 5v3, then Heroic with too many issues brought it back to a 3v2, then sort of messed up this last bit of the round, you know, with the smoke and the limited time. Probably best to just smoke the floor and try to plant in the smoke and make sure you get that down. They don't do it. sjuush finds an opening and wins the round for MOUZ.
Oh, the slow peek behind the smoke ain't looking too good there, but neither's that spray from Jimpphat dropping right down. We'll have sjuush there for a second, but Torsi, the two-man setup at elbow looking damn good. Going to be able to pull out the secondary, whip it out, and find another 2v4 angle. cadiaN, whoa. One on the silver platter there, but just barely missed the timing. Yabby has the AK in hand. 3 more MOUZ members to get past. Not unachievable, but unlikely.
Yeah, his work's really cut out for him because, like, the weird thing is you don't even really know how MOUZ are playing this 3v1. As crazy as it sounds, they don't have to play around the bomb here. There's still a lot of time left on the clock, so every single corner could be harboring someone from the opposition, and that is exactly the fate that Yabby goes on to face. One man still up in the top site, and that's enough to deal with him. So 6-3, MOUZ starting to kind of rekindle this lead, right? It could have been so much sweeter had they stuck the landing earlier on in this and not allowed Heroic to kind of come through with those few gifted rounds to tie it up at 3-all. Could have been an even bigger lead, but they're happy to just be back on the horse at this point. The metaphorical horse, that is. The economy is... Oh no, not the economy. The momentum of the game is kind of the horse here.
If you're talking about the economy, it could be a bull.
Yeah, like a bullish economy,
market,
yeah, okay.
A bearish market.
I heard on the, you did a podcast recently, Harry, and you were a big fan of talking about horses on that one.
Yeah, actually, I was. Yanko was there.
Yeah.
He heard what I had to say.
It was brilliant, Harry. We should have you on more often.
Some good analogies in that, yeah.
I'll come through. When's the next one?
Maybe this weekend.
Oh, maybe. All right.
Not so secret anymore.
This is again not a great buy for Heroic. Tech 9, a Mac 10, not all utility. They haven't really used Secret that much. Definitely not in numbers. So it's a nice little change. We see that Exertion is already down there, trying to preempt this play.
Ooh, have they been conditioned though? Looks like that's going to be enough, and the sound cues allow them to know that that lower site is in danger. Jimpphat not going to be able to stop that cross to sight, and this might have been a perfect call from Heroic.
And if this is one of these rounds that ends up just being one kill, and then, you know, the save coming in, I think it's going to be easy to look at like Jimpphat and feel like he had something at play there. Like, you know, him giving them that fight at ramp was much to do with it. But he was in the most kind of awkward spot out of anyone in the round, right? The call essentially had come in, I've just left lower, and then they hear the footsteps on lower. And so Jimpphat knows he's like rotating in.
I mean, you know what happened there? Like, why Exertion did what he did. Like, why is he running? They're coming. Why is he running away? That's because Heroic threw the glass and main smoke, really. So that's what probably, you know, those are the smokes for when they want to wrap heaven, really. So because of that, he was thinking, okay, they're going to do something yard. They're not really going to come secret. They just use those smokes to sort of misguide us, and Heroic just pounced on that timing, which was super important. Managed to get the entry kill, and that was pretty much it.
Well, everything going to plan for Heroic that round. 1 upgrade and 5 even weapons saved across. So Heroic's money looking damn good going into the 11th. And then even the 12th as well, if things go wrong, but it's a faster approach. Tester's looking to create some space there with the MAC-10. Not going to be able to get past Jimpphat this time, who takes 2 with him. And Xerxan as well. Out on the wide line, almost able to find some more value from this position, but the numbers are strong, and you can see that MOUZ are thinking to play with just those, but they're not going to even have them anymore. Down, going next to the molly, the deep one, to pick up a kill on Xerxan.
Actually trying to fight for this, but smoked off in decon. It leaves it all on sjuush. Line being held. A little bit of damage done, but he is smoked off in the window, so kind of limited angles for sjuush to work with here. Still, Heroic haven't been super fast in getting this bomb planted. So that's going to leave them kind of scrapping in the site here. As Frozen looks to move back in over at ramp, he might have a 5v down if he goes back. And so this one's weighted fairly heavily. The rest of the MOUZ players might just wait to see the results that come from ramp, to see if Frozen is gifted anything here, and he will be. And so now the rest of them going to be a lot more interested in pouncing. MOUZ has suddenly bought back into the round. For Heroic, this is kind of awkward. You thought you would ramp on lock, and so for folks like cadiaN, you're vulnerable to that position. Dead now, of course, and that leaves it all on sjuush in the 1v3. Back of the site, sjuush has to go big, and Torshi spams him out. Takes a moment finding the bomb, but he's got a kit, and so the defuse will come through. It's a convincing lower retake for MOUZ. They leave their hopes on Frozen, and he will provide.
Well, with 5 alive in the previous round, bomb plant down. Not a lot of round loss bonus to deal with, but there's still plenty of money in the bank to get another bite through for Heroic. And you're looking at the money from MOUZ. They only had 2 alive at the end of that round, so things could go south real quick here with not many rounds left in this first half.
I think Heroic is also struggling in this series with these set calls, right? None of it is really working. They can't penetrate that first line of defense. And Torji found another opening.
Oh, Frozen might have a lineup here. Oh, just going to get one from that pack of bodies out behind main. Tessez at least retrieves the bomb, but trying to cross in a garage, he's picked off. It's easy for Xerxan. You kind of love that if you're him. Tessez is checking out all the other angles outside. Just gets lined up from main in this crossfire. Xerxan's even hungry for more. Tries to force that fight. But he's got a lot of teammates ready to get the trade. MOUZ keep building upon this lead. And dude, it's even more scary just factoring in like how there were these kind of rounds in there. They gave Heroic a handful to make this an even more competitive scoreline. MOUZ, if they can keep it tight, which don't get me wrong, towards the end of this game, there have been a couple of moments where MOUZ have maybe given Heroic a little more than they should have. But if they can keep it clean, especially now that they're taking control of the money, this is very worrying for Heroic.
Yeah, I think it's also about conditioning and some of the mind games that you see. Heroic just want a clean round by abusing secret, right? So they're thinking MOUZ is going to focus on yard now, and we're going to go ramp, and that doesn't work, right? So you go back to playing slower, but now Torji has a good spawn, and he's one step ahead already in secret, finds that entry kill, and once the op posts up there, the round is pretty hard.
Oof. Decent damage, but not enough given the circumstances. And that's going to be the AK retrieve now. So Heroic could be on for an upset, could be on for an eco, but they need to get past this eco pounder. That's the MP9 finding 2. And Frozen also swinging in just in time from double doors to get a 9th for MOUZ. So Heroic, they put a hole in the bottom of the ship, but it didn't sink.
The weird thing is, in these less meaningful rounds, they're actually getting space on ramp. You know, they either kill Jimpphat or maybe a 1-for-1 trade, something like that. But in the one gun round that really would have meant the most, he stood his ground and got 2 kills before dying and really enabled, you know, MOUZ to be in a good situation. 3 timeouts used in this half from Heroic. Obviously, T side we're going to probably use a little bit more of them than on the CT side, right? And on CT side, a good amount of things is reactionary, and you're just following the protocols you have in place.
You know how he had that coach graphic up there earlier? Where's Exist sitting on it?
I think probably a strategist, right? And maybe a little bit of the human resources, which might be an underrated part. Just because he's not loud doesn't mean he's not doing it. Torch is doing it.
That is a crazy display. Dude, I do like this about Torchi. Like, you know, you kind of highlighted it earlier, how it doesn't take much. All he needs is a good spawn for one of these plays, and you'll see him look to attempt it. And for Heroic, this one's really going to hurt. You come out of your pause. You probably discussed, you know, in good detail how you wanted to approach this round, and one guy is just throwing a spanner in the works. Like, whatever you had planned, it's going to be that much harder to follow through on now. Might just have to change it up entirely. Tessez has found some good room over the wards outside, and this is not accounted for right now by MOUZ. They've got no clue he's here. So Tessez is very much the guy who could make the difference in this moment. There's the backstab onto Heaven, and with sjuush dead, Xertion found in the meantime, suddenly the script has been flipped here, and it looks good for Heroic.
Heroic staying flexible for just long enough. 40 left on the clock for the round. Jimpphat and Frozen trying to figure out the equation of where they need to go, but it's upper that they need to worry about. And Heroic, they've gone for a plant with that Heaven control, which makes things even more difficult for MOUZ to deal with. You're looking at the util. No smokes, just that nade to try to polish off the man up in Heaven. That's Tessus. And if they don't get a wriggle on sooner rather than later, this could just be the save into the next. Slow push out of door. That time's getting away from them. One trade and a 1v2 to win from Jimpphat. But he still has no idea of the Heaven position. Gets past Yabby. Now maybe an opportunity. Oh, Tessus almost gave that to him. But MOUZ fall down, and it's Heroic to hit back with the 5th.
That was good. In Heroic in that round did a great job of using utility to apply pressure on one part of the map to let a player work a different part of the map, right? To draw attention from the CTs. You can see even here sjuush. That's also because, again, they started applying some pressure doors, so he's looking inside. That allows for Tessez to get an easy kill. Also, he timed Frozen on Yard, who wasn't really a factor in this play. And Heroic gets one more on the board. This last one would be great for them.
Whoa. Another aggressive opener. And maybe another entry into the round for MOUZ. But it didn't phase Heroic just before Xertion. Not able to lock it down on the halls. Torsi again going to be coming in with a repeat, which has cost him his life. But do they expect sjuush already down here, tucked in the pocket behind enemy lines? And the timing is perfect to find the backstab onto Tessus. cadiaN locking in one with the big green of his own, but it's 2v2 to close the half.
Oh, they want to, or at least they could have looked to go back up, but instead they're going to drop down the vent and commit into lower. Oh, sjuush walking that smoke. Gifts one to cadiaN, and Frozen had just repositioned, believing that that bomb was going to head back up the vent. Heroic completely changed the game up on that one. sjuush down over towards the B site. cadiaN keeps holding this. Frozen just, oh my God, the timing king. How on earth has he found that? He doesn't commit to it though. Him not seeing anyone there holding the vents, if anything's probably got him doubting here. Got him doubting that it's the B play.
He was certainly doubting himself, but he's not doubting the fact that he thinks it is going to be that A hit up the vent. He's wrong. He realizes it. And has a whole bunch of time on his side, but he still has no read on the position of either of the Heroic members. Slow creep in. All the way around to double.
He has a smoke and a kit. Sure, bomb's planted for ramp, but he's going to try and hide out in the smoke. Spam down through it. Nades rain in, and cadiaN puts a stop to Frozen in the clutch, salvaging a 6-round half for Heroic.
Remain supreme.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Asus Republic of Gamers, DHL, the United States Air Force, 1xBet, Monster Energy, and Gaming Malta.
Keep my feet on the pavement and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a game.
Tell me where the competition. Seem like they all been missing. Never made a wrong decision. It's got me walking different. I stay gassed up. Please point the opposition. No scope, it's no joke. Just know I aim with raw precision. I went and got my bid up quick, 100 figures. They once was competition, now ain't sitting with us. Been on a wave since we've been away. Snatch the game, now we here to stay.
I told my mama I make it, I make a couple mistakes, but see I stay in my lane. I keep my feet on the pavement and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a game. I told my mama I make it, I made a couple mistakes, but see I stay in my lane. I keep my feet on the pavement and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a game.
It's that you can't touch me. Things get ugly, they mad now. This all must be a whole new level to count. I'm packing on the pounds, pulled up with the dog hound, and I still had.
Hello guys, my name is cadiaN, I'm playing for Heroic, and this is indeed not the first summer camp I've ever attended. I've been to plenty.
If I could visit one map in CS in real life, I think I would probably go maybe Italy, because all the places kind of cool. So
If I could meet any fictional character, I would meet Gandalf.
if I chose one food for the rest of my life to eat, well, what is a good food to be able to have all the time? Oh, fucking broccoli. I'll say broccoli.
I'm not sure who in our team would have the best map reading skills. We have done like a nature boot camp, and I think everyone was actually doing pretty decent, so I'm not too worried.
The worst position I ever had to play, vertigo A is very tough to play. Sometimes you just get spammed through smokes and stuff.
Best advice I've gotten in CS, forget a lost round. Focus on how to win the next one.
The goal in Malta is to get the confidence back, I feel like. We want to get the belief back and just know that we can be better than everyone. Like, I know we can, but we also have to show it to ourselves, and I just want us to be able to feel like we're playing the best to our abilities.
Right now, the biggest threat we pose to other teams is not too much, so yeah, we'll have to work on that.
Both sides, cadiaN nails the shot. 3 kills from the captain.
cadiaN and his boys were able to find a couple there towards the end of that first half, salvaging a 6-9 scoreline, but it's still MOUZ up in the lead, and with a map under their belt already, MOUZ are hungry for that chance to send Heroic down to the last chance bracket. 3-round lead, pistol round coming down the barrel right now. It's MOUZ on the T side. Let's see what they've got cooked up for us.
Well, they're cooking, but not with gas. Slowing it right on down here over towards the lobby. We're not going to see that upper bust that happened in the first. And MOUZ All eyes on the prize. Over to Lord's Trophy, and we'll get that ramp control. The Dink securing it. Testis survives, though, and that might be the difference maker later on. Keep your eyes on his HP, but also keep your eyes on the map. It is going to be MOUZ dropping down lower, trying to chase the one that they almost got away, and did get away. He's still swinging, still living. Testis found eventually, caught on the fishing pole. But it's not the round just yet.
They want to fight for double. This is such a strong position to have in the post plant. You kind of feel like they need it. And so they need these fights to go well, and they haven't. Just locked out by Heroic. Even though that smoke's in over towards Decon, it never mattered to the Danes. They were only set up at double and set up over towards ramp. So they were in the right place to lock that one in. Tessis also does a great job, right? Like staying alive down towards B, just dancing around dark. Even though he's low on health, still puts up a kill just a little bit to help take that over the line for Heroic.
Puts up a kill and uses his smoke, I think, as well. That sort of stifled a little bit the push from MOUZ and bought just enough time for the rotation to come in.
It's one of those things where they wanted the whole round. They didn't just want that bomb plant, didn't play for some control to get the money in this round. And we'll see if that comes back to bite them. But for the moment, MOUZ happy just to bring one P250 into the round and hope to punish any early aggression. Let Heroic just bleed out that util and try to at least get some kind of value if they can't find a kill here.
These are some of the more depressing ones on Nuke to go for a Glock eco, right? Because you go ramp, I mean, mode down, you go HE, then mode down, you go yard, long ranges, and the Glocks can't do anything, so it's really like sort of get it over with. I think it's some weird thing where you play around the door, open door, maybe even buy like an HE flash and then show up outside and go out, you know, some weird thing where you're trying to, they're overconfident because it's Glocks and you're just hoping for a kill or two.
Late main drop or something where you get like 3 guys dropping in.
There's no good answer.
Every answer is wrong. Change up though, MOUZ going to be able to bring rifles into the round, but take big damage trying to cross to secret Zertion. Oh, barely makes it.
2 MP9s in the yard have absolutely bodied Exertion as he's tried to make this play happen. The rest of the gang will cross down with him at least, so the other 3, oh sorry, the other 2, not as beat up as Exertion, and now they can look to put him in at the front. This nade could just finish the job, but he gets far enough away. Instead, it's going to be Yabi's Famus. And he just goes through the motions now, falling back into the B site. Support is on the way for Yabi. And it will take the form of Tesses up here on the rafters.
A lot of the mice well seasoned, very peppered from that cross at Outers. The engagement's not going their way, but still an opportunity. I like Heroic playing the buddy system, playing close together on that lower side. But will MOUZ walk in to this trap? It looks like it's going to be Heroic going for the full wraparound, aggressing. Shui heads up play to watch that quick flank coming from control. But do they expect Yabi here as well? That's going to be bomb on the ground and time bought for the rotations.
Oh, awkward timing for Jimpphat. And now it all falls onto Torshi. The bomb dropped over to Waterstralis, and so in this 1v2, he's got to go get that first and then try to get it planted. Might just be left in a spot where he's faking and trying to get away with the double. They are both waiting to fight him here. It's 2 MP9s to deal with Torshi, and that molly won't save his life. They run him down through Decon. Heroic played that very, very smart in the 2v1. They didn't even send in the second player. He was kind of waiting at the back of the door to swing and trade if needed, or lend a helping hand.
They just gave him the pulse, Harry, that's what happened. I thought he might give him a taste of the goulash, but wasn't meant to be. I'm sorry, I'm hungry, and I'm just thinking about food at the moment.
I feel like if we psychoanalyze cadiaN's celebration, he looked like a desperate man trying to grasp onto happiness.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say is here, one of the things that's giving me actually a bit of hope is that cadiaN's looking like super animated. And normally, you know, that's kind of how I got used to seeing cadiaN. I think we all did, right? Usually very smiley, kind of in command, yelling and screaming. I think Noobgate earlier this year was kind of the beginning of the downturn for the Heroic squad.
Noobgate?
Yeah, when they were playing up against, I think it was the Mongols, and he called them fucking noobs across the room. And ever since then, he's been a little more subdued. You know, even when we've seen him in player camp, he just looked a little quieter. But he's fired up for this game right now.
I think the problem is, Harry, there's just something rotten in the state of Denmark.
It might be Katie.
That's sjuush.
After that, man, yeah. Oh no, another maybe! The P2 just falls short. Yabi can't hold on though. No more than one. It's left on a TeSeS, and because he just fired off trying to catch the man in main, they know where he is. Trying to beat him on a timing, but it would be left to spam. Doesn't commit through the smoke. And so TeSeS has really got his work cut out for him here in the 1v2.
Slowing it down. That nade not chipping away at TeSeS here. But he is going to slowly edge his way forward, clearing every single line, every single off angle. But again, it's one of these plants with a Heaven player, and that's going to be so hard to get past. If he doesn't even get past the first hurdle, he's never going to know. sjuush taking names with the Deagle, 10-9. It's the lead for MOUZ.
sjuush came out of door and missed sjuush in, and in CT events. Yeah, you see the Jimpphat killed sjuush because sjuush realized sjuush passed him, so he turns. Jimpphat pounces, kills him, but somehow sjuush gets all the way up to Heaven without being seen and then sort of catches cadiaN, I believe, a little bit by surprise. I mean, that was just pure chaos, and MOUZ steals one away from Heroic, and now their money is all spent. What the hell is going on, Harry?
Chaos.
It's wild, isn't it? I mean, you know, the auto shotgun actually does have a pretty tried and tested... Hang on, it's not here. This isn't where you normally see it. Don't get me wrong, ramp is still an angle, it's still pretty close. But usually you see that thing floating around on the top of up. The AWP is just wiped out immediately.
He shot too.
cadiaN tried to make the play. Frozen says, not today, buddy.
Shotgun still here.
Oh, well, now it's going to get a kill, of course. Oh, no, it won't.
He will.
Oh, wait, yeah, it will.
Sure.
Hungry.
Oh, no.
He jumped. Okay.
It's kind of like a pantomime right now. He's behind you. Here we are. 4v2. And MOUZ are going down lower. Heroic aren't there. So this is a save. Surely.
Most likely they can grab cadiaN's op as well. We'll see. But I didn't really like that peek from cadiaN in a sense of I'm fine with him peeking silo, but he was just continuously walking up and moving his crosshair. I feel like you need to almost stop for a half a second, right, and mentally prepare for that peek, because you saw how sharp Frozen is. I mean, he knocked his head right off.
Well, still, I don't know if get him afterwards.
I don't know if that's frustration from the previous round, right? Also getting a little bit surprised by sjuush and them losing the anti-eco, right, as the heart and soul and the in-game leader of that team. You know, you take a lot of responsibility as well, and sort of feeling that you're letting the team down perhaps and whatnot, you know. Obviously dissatisfied with the team's performance in the last couple of tournaments. It's rough out there, Harry, you know.
I can only imagine.
Is that bangable? Through the forklift? That's a new one.
I thought you were talking about Cyclone there for a second. In which case, yeah, probably. No, I don't actually know if you can wallbang that. This was, oh my god.
Look at that angle.
The way he's like threading it under the pipe.
Yeah,
wow.
exactly.
Good man, just giggling away down on the end there.
Oh, I just fucking love you, Harry.
Well, thank you very much.
You're pretty
I'll be here all
yourself.
week. All 5 of them, in fact. I think. Wait, there's only 4 left. That's what I meant. All 5 total. You get what I'm trying to mean.
Yeah, mate.
Torsion.
Trying to mean.
Yeah, look, man. It's late in the day.
Is it?
It's not even that late. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop, man. It's all going wrong. Just like it is for Heroic right now.
Gets a kill.
He certainly does, Yanko.
You have to say it, like, you're going to make a lot of people mad if you don't say it exactly like they say it. Look, if you didn't, you know, you need to learn Finnish, Harry.
I know, man.
Gets the one. Gets the second. Can he find a 4th in this round, Harry? It's against cadiaN. cadiaN's waiting in the wings. He's trying to make something happen. He has a flash. If he leaves someone down to 1 HP, he could actually get the kill with the flashbang. That is possible, ladies and gentlemen. And after that kill, he can wash his hands in the sink behind him. Or drink some water. The silencer is poking. Patience from cadiaN. Jimpphat! And another pot! Oh baby, a triple! And cadiaN gets flanked.
Oh, that was...
Oh, well,
That was the best ever.
that was a magical moment there. And truly, you know, one that will be remembered, I think, for the rest of time. MOUZ, a round that they soon won't be forgetting. Up 12-9. Building upon this lead, Heroic. Can they recover? They don't have many chances left.
This might be it for Captain cadiaN. And his merry band of misfits, the Mariners.
We've got the giggles.
Oh, Yabi would be first mate.
And so let's see what they've come up with in this timeout.
The strategies have been laid out. The tactics are on the table. Time is running out for Heroic. They need to make something happen here. MOUZ looking very calm, composed. Having things under control. That's just a smoke wall to bait the attention of the CTs. They want to hit ramp.
That's what MOUZ want.
TaSys is there.
Yeah.
Waiting in the wings.
Conditioning. It's all a feint. It's all a ruse. But TaSys, what's he going to be able to do with this position? Molly, not going to force him out. And has he been spotted? Might be able to make it work here.
One.
Will do so, but he's
And
not
done.
expecting the second. Jimpphat.
Sharp as ever.
That's Jimpphat for you. He's always quick. He's always clean. Let's see what else he can get away with. Out towards ramp, MOUZ. They wanted this. They've got it. Now what are they going to do with it? Down into lower they go. Yabi rotates in through vents. Does have this position at the double door. They're not going to punish the plant yet. Torshi caught over at ramp. And a weird timing for exertion. Finds one over towards secret.
Jimpphat!
Jimpphat.
3v2 now, guys. Keep it together. sjuush is picking back Jimpphat with a third in the round. cadiaN on the flank. Desperation now. He needs to save. He can't win this. He can't win this round. He throws his life away.
It's just when you say it. I don't know what it is.
Sorry, there's something about it. You deliver it so well with so much conviction. Like, I'm really believing that is Jimpphat, and he is doing something incredible right now.
He's been doing it. He's been doing it for a while now. Look at this. The 1, the 2, and the 3.
Oh, it is a thing of beauty. He is.
It looks so simple when he does it. Just like when you cast Harry.
Yeah.
Yet it's so hard.
Well, I don't know if I'm the right caster to have picked for the job there, but yeah. Here we are, Frozen. Wait, why did I say his name? That's not what
He's
I
on the
meant.
screen.
Yeah, he is just on the screen. I just kind of just read what was directly in front of me there.
Jimpphat!
Oh, I'm done. I'm roasted.
No, we're all roasted, I like to think. Here's cadiaN and
cadiaN.
Stout.
Sertion.
2v5. But exertion will not let them win this, surely. It's just cadiaN left. And you know what they say, you can't win at Pro League like this.
Ah, yes. I've heard that before.
And so he won't. 14-9. MOUZ are running away with this game.
He is Yim.
He is Yim, and he is patting them on the behind right now, Harry. Look at him. Jimpphat! Ready to take over yet another round. His impact on the T side has been absolutely incredible so far. MOUZ, everything going right for them at the moment. Let's see what they have in store for us for this round. Staven trying to take some information on yard. Can't really do much. cadiaN is in secret. Will he go towards stairs? They seem to be a little bit paranoid about vents.
cadiaN's dropped down with the AWP, but he's going to have to play this from decon.
He's all over the place. Jimpphat trying to put some pressure from lobby, perhaps delayed. Is this going to be a ramp split? Exertion, Shui, and Frozen, the heavy hitters towards secret. cadiaN misses a shot. Oh, no, and a second. Oh, the humanity.
Oh, but hang on. Maybe there's hope. Maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
But Tessa
on the lurk. He's got the timings. He's got the timings, Harry.
He is Yim.
He is Yim. For Yim. This is it. It's the big moment. Jimpphat looking to put 15 on the board for MOUZ, and Heroic might never even give it a go. If they go for this and they come up short, they are left with nothing. Up against 15. Ooh. There's the opener for sjuush. That's going to bring Heroic back into this retake. A 2v2 that now they're interested in attempting, but it might be nothing more than an attempt. They're trapped in over a round. The swing on the right side's coming. sjuush makes it onto the bomb. There's no way for Torchy to stop this. There's no way for him to stop it. And so Heroic robbed that round before our very eyes, and they keep themselves in this series.
Keep themselves in one piece, unlike ourselves on the cast, but they're still here, they're still kicking, and Heroic ain't done just yet. Taking it serious, one step at a time. But their bye is arguably catastrophic, going up against what MOUZ are bringing into the round for round 25. Heroic really looking to pick up the pace now. Everyone's outers, and they're going to do so. Frozen, cracker of an opening onto cadiaN.
He's really had his number there from silo onto secret. Yabi now makes a sound cue as well, going down vents. I think patience from MOUZ is absolutely crucial in this situation, Harry. Heroic, knowing their style, they want to re-aggress, they want to do something. Just hold and punish.
Oh, well, there's one. That re-swing is going to come in. That kind of grouping is taking place out in the yard right now. Even though they've not won these fights, they've got info from it, but they need something. Oh, here's the support. Here's the rest of the boys coming in. Yabi's getting spammed down. He can't survive this. He can't withstand this. Surely. And they will finish the job. Frozen's the guy to do it. MOUZ reach 15. And they lock Heroic down out in the yard. No money left for Heroic. This is going to be a week-old bye up against 15.
Yabi lived, what, 30 seconds too long there at outers. That was kind of crazy. But he was there for so long, but that's the kill that started to crack those defenses and started the beginning of the end. 15 on the board now for MOUZ going into the next. Heroic yet again, another terrible bye. 3 SMGs of Famis and not much util to play with here. It could be the last one, boys.
Could very well be, and Stone gets a kill on Jimpphat. Nice early advantage for Heroic. They need to convert this one, obviously. Because otherwise they would lose the game, Harry.
Yeah.
And the series.
Yeah.
And they're going into the last chance bracket. What?
I know, it's
Heroic?
crazy. And early on as well. MOUZ in the 4v5, they've at least... Oh, hang on. I was going to say they've at least got Frozen up on top of the side of the lane.
Anywhere else?
He's kind of just dominating them here, man. Keep going back to it. Hell, if they keep feeding him the kills out in the yard, he can play there all damn day. And so now into the 4v4, the work that Stown put into open, removing Jimpphat, someone who's been key to this T side for MOUZ, might all fall on deaf ears here. sjuush, dead in main. cadiaN should have this locked in at least, but it's swiftly traded. And so now it is just Yabi left. MOUZ have got control over the wards up, and they're going to go away, and he's got to come up the vents. Like, you can't win this. Oh. You can't win this round.
The deathiest of traps right here, right now, and you're not even going to get a little peekaboo there. 16-10, 2-0. MOUZ going to be knocking Heroic all the way down into the last chance bracket, and there's no room for error down there, but MOUZ performing perfectly to stay in the mid-tier, to stay here and potentially fight for their chance of the play.